Time to welcome in our first guest today. Lori Palisin is the Executive Director of Safe Journey. It's an organization that helps those who are suffering from domestic and dating violence. You are founded and you've been located in Union City, Safe Journey has, for 46 years, you said? That's a long time, yeah. And it's a wonderful organization. Tell our viewers a little bit about what you do.
Yep, we've been around for 46 years. A lot of people don't know that we exist, you know, out in the rural areas. And we've been there providing services, domestic violence services for, you know, victims of domestic violence for a long time. And so we provide services like all the way up to Girard, all the way up to Northeast, and all kind of outside the city of Erie.
I was just going to say, I remember in the beginning when I became aware of services like this, that you were kind of clandestine because you were trying to keep the women and the children that you serve safe. And so, I mean, we all knew, well, that's the house that does this, but you have a much bigger presence and a much bigger footprint now within the community, so more people are aware of what you do and what you can offer.
We do. In these past years, we developed the Rural Domestic Violence Task Force to help us get that message out there to the community about what is domestic violence. You know, 80% of victims never seek services.
Wow.
And if you look at 1 in 4 women, 1 in 7 men, 1 in 4 children will experience domestic violence. That is 56,000 potential victims in Erie County.
My goodness.
Yeah. And so we needed a program, we needed to have a presence, and to have a communities united against domestic violence is to work with us to kind of get that message out there and that knowledge and train to understand what it is and what can I do and where do I refer victims to.
And I think it's interesting in the description of your services, it says domestic and dating abuse. Was it important to add that in there?
It is, because we think when we talk about domestic that they're a married couple.
Right.
But it's any couple in a relationship. So some of that is dating, some of that is as well domestic.
And quite often it's women, and then with them comes children.
Yes.
And so you need a lot of support, to everything from diapers to food to clothing and just all of that. It goes on and on. Now, Safe Journey recently won the Purple Ribbon Award. Tell us a little bit about that award and how it came to you all.
Yeah, time to brag.
Time to brag.
And I know you don't want to, Lori, but you get to brag on yourself.
One of my board members, Stephen Sears, you know, he nominated me for the executive director for a national award through the Purple Ribbon Award. And so I got that email 10 o'clock at night saying, you were a winner. And I was like, oh my goodness, like that was, it was really humbling, you know, because the work we do, it's not my award, it's the award because we're a team.
You're right.
There are so many partners, so many people, so many incredible staff, and most of all, this award really is about the victims we serve. So it's in honor of them, you know, that I accept that award, you know, because it really is about the hard work and reaching out and, you know, really getting communities to get victims to service.
Yeah, well, congratulations for that. What's the most rewarding part of your job? I can imagine your job would take a toll, but what's the most rewarding part of it?
You know, in my job, every day I get to walk right through the kitchen because it's right beside my office, and I get to see victims. I get to see thrivers. I get to see survivors every day and know that we are making a difference. You know, it's a community-based agency. A lot of people think we're just a shelter, but we're so much more than that. We provide such comprehensive services and help them along their journey. And even when they go out on their own, they can still come in, have a cup of coffee. You know, we have our support groups right there at the kitchen table. And it's about that empowerment.
Yeah.
Because you see them thrive. You see kids who have been so impacted by domestic violence, and you know, when they're around staff, because we live with them. You know, we live with them day in and day out, and you just see that love and that empowerment. And when you love somebody, they can feel it, and it empowers them. And that's why I do what I do, because they matter.
Well, you do terrific work. Thank you for your service to the community and for helping those who really need it. Congrats on that award. Well deserved.
Thank you.
Yes.